friends, and good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I am Nova. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you find it to be the comfiest, coziest corner of YouTube, and that you feel nice and safe and at home, and just take a little load off, take a couple deep breaths, take some time for yourself. I hope that you enjoy your time here, and if you do like being here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can always come back and hang out with us again. And if it's not your first time here, welcome back, my Gnomie. I am so happy to see you today. It is Friday, so we made it through the week. I'm proud of you. Give yourself a big pat on the back. It is also a long weekend, at least for those of us in the States, for most of us, or at least some of us. I hope that everybody is able to have a great weekend this weekend. Take a little bit of time for yourself, take a little time for a crochet project, maybe make your first gnome. You guys can make whatever you want. I am not pressuring you, but if you want to make a gnome, then you are always welcome to. Tomorrow is our Gnome of the Month reveal video day, where I'm going to tell you guys about my plans for my September gnome. And then the last Saturday of the month, I will come back and we will have our Gnome of the Month bash, which is where I show you guys how my gnome came out, and I show you guys how all of your gnomes came out. So if you are interested in being part of our Gnome of the Month, you can make any gnome, any medium. It can be crochet, but it can also be knit, it could be painted, it could be sculpted, it could be digital art, it could be anything that you make. And you can make as many as you want. So if you make 3 gnomes, feel free to send in 3 gnomes. And even when I do crochet alongs, you do not have to do the crochet along. The crochet along is just something fun and extra, and I do those because there are definitely a lot of people on my channel who enjoy that when I do a crochet along for some gnomey goodness, but you are not pressured to have to do that gnome that month or anything. But if you do make any crochet alongs that I do, even if you don't want to be in the Gnome of the Month, you can always email me pictures if you would like to share it with me, and just tell me, hey, I just want to share this with you, but please don't put me in Gnome of the Month, and that is totally fine. Gnome of the Month, by the way, if you would like to be in it, when you send me your emails, make sure you put Gnome of the Month as the subject line, and then somewhere in your email, let me know what name you'd like me to credit you with. You can put any other information you want in your email. I don't require anything specific. Some things people like to put in there is like pattern info, yarn info, things like that. Sometimes they'll tell me a little backstory for their gnome. Sometimes they actually have like a story, like a literal story for their gnome, or a name that they made for it or something. And that's all fun, but you don't have to do that, you know. Some people send me absolutely no words and just a photo, so that's totally fine also. As long as you let me know what name you'd like me to use when I credit you. All right, so I just wanted to pop that little blurb in there about it being Gnome of the Month. I was going to say about it being Gnome of the Month, but we have a Gnome of the Month every month, but you know what I mean. So anyways, today is Friday, and on my channel, Friday is all about you. Yes, you. Whoever's watching this video. It is Community Spotlight, and my community is you watching this video. So what that means is on Fridays I come on here and I spotlight my community, and I put anything that you guys have sent in for makes. So if you send me an email with Community Spotlight as the subject line, and you can send these at any time, by the way, you can literally send them right now and they'll be in the next Community Spotlight. Anytime you send it, I just leave those unopened and bold-faced in my email until I go to edit my next Community Spotlight video, and then I go through and I pull out all those bold-faced unopened ones because I know they've never been included yet. So don't worry if you say something in your email that you want a reply to, or that you expect a reply to. Don't worry, I will get to it when I go to actually do the Community Spotlight video. I don't always reply to all of those, by the way. I super appreciate you guys sending them in. I read your emails. I love them. But not if they don't like need a reply. I don't always reply to all of them because I do get a lot of emails, and I would just spend so much time answering emails all the time if I answered every email. Plus, like, I also try to answer a lot of YouTube comments, and I read all my comments, I read all my emails, all that stuff, so it would be overwhelming. But I also don't mind if you email me. So don't take that as a, like, don't email Nova because she'll get overwhelmed. Nova can get overwhelmed a little bit, okay, guys? I'll be fine. But anyways, I go in there, I pull out your guys' stuff, you let me know what name you'd like me to use, and you can let me know anything else you want, like about patterns and all that jazz. Or you don't have to, I don't care. But be prepared that if you don't tell me anything about it, people probably ask in the comment section, and I'll be like, I don't know. But to be fair, most of the time the comments are all just everybody being like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. Like, whoever sends in stuff for Community Spotlight, people get super, super excited. Like, you have no idea how inspiring it is for everybody on the channel to come together and see what everyone in our community has been up to. There's such a variety of, like, types of stuff that we all make, and it's so cool seeing the different types of things. Like, I don't know, it's a really fun, like, feeling. I don't know, it's kind of hard to put into words. But if you were wondering what Community Spotlight is all about, it's not about being the best of the best. It's not about, like, oh, showing off that, you know, that you're, like, the best crocheter there is or anything like that. It's just about, like, community spirit. It's about being able to come to a place with like-minded people, showing off something that you put a lot of work into, and that in your daily life there may not be that appreciation level that you deserve. You know, you come out carrying your little crochet project, you put a lot of time into this, you learn some new techniques for this, you're really excited about it, and you go to show it to, say, your husband or your kid or your mom or whoever, you know, and they're just like, good job, champ. Like, they don't get it, you know? They're not going to be, like, marveling over it. They're not going to be like, wow, I've never seen anything like that. Like, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, you freehanded that. They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, what pattern is that? You know, the type of reaction that you're expecting or hoping for. And it's so fun to be able to come to a place where we all are, like, like-minded people. We're going to appreciate the time that went into it. We're going to know those difficult things that you did. You know, your first amigurumi. Oh my gosh. We're going to freak out over it with you. Even if it didn't come out like how you wanted it to. You made an amigurumi. That's a big deal, you know? So that's what this is all about, is just having a place that we can all come and hang out. This is a positive space. I have never received a negative or ugly comment on any of these Community Spotlight videos. Our community just isn't about that, you guys. If there ever were to be a negative comment, it wouldn't be from our community. It would be from some little troll coming through and saying something. And guess what? I would delete the crap out of it. So don't worry. I would never let this be a place where you come and share something and somebody says something negative to you. This is a positive environment, and we're going to create very welcoming and cozy little vibes for you here. So if you ever want to send something in, this is a safe place to do that, and you can have, you know, your 5 minutes of stardom or whatever in Community Spotlight. And I do this every week currently. I've been doing it every week all year, except for a couple weekends where I had, you know, catastrophes and things like that happen. And for the foreseeable future, I plan to continue doing it every Friday. As long as I'm still getting communication, as long as I'm still getting participation and people are still enjoying it, we'll keep doing it. So there's my little spiel about joining in on Community Spotlight. And if you don't want to send in makes, that's also totally fine. You can always just hang out, get inspired, leave comments. I always love to see your guys' comments, like giving some feedback and appreciation and pats on the back and everything to the people who do send things in. Just, you know, give them those words of encouragement and that positivity. It's always nice, because some people that send in makes, they don't have anybody in their life that is giving them those comments. You could be the only comment like that they receive. I don't know if that's something that everybody thinks of, but when you're leaving that 5-minute comment, not even 5 minutes, like 1 minute long, 1 minute of your life to really quickly type something, you could be the only compliment that person receives. You could be the only person that appreciates, like, something that they tried to do, or some color combinations they put together, or, you know, something difficult that they tried that is completely new to them. You could be the only person that, like, appreciated that, and it could really matter to them. So just something to think about. And that goes for life in general, not just Community Spotlight. takes 5 seconds to say something nice, and it can have a really big ripple effect. But anyway, enough words of wisdom. I hope everybody's doing awesome today. I am going to be working on that bandana tutorial that I promised you guys yesterday. So I am actually going to go ahead and hop off here, get to editing this together, get into my email and see what kind of community spotlight submissions I have this week, and get this up for you guys so that I can keep working on making you guys that tutorial. But I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I hope you guys have a fun long weekend if you're doing anything fun. If you're doing anything fun with your family, or maybe you're going to go swimming, or, you know, soak up some of those last days of summer, depending on where you are. The last days of summer might be going on a little bit longer. Some places it's already cooling down, so let me know what you guys are going to be up to in the comments. I will see you guys again real soon. Bye, guys! Okay, so this cool blanket that Heidi made warrants a voice description. So she played this game that was like Clue, and then she made this blanket crochet project inspired by the game. And she's been working on this for a few months. The angel gnome was the victim. Each of the other squares represents a place where the crime could have taken place. And she used her scrap bag, so all of the yarn was partial skeins of 4-weight yarn, so it's also a scrappy Afghan. She used the gnome border tutorial that Repeat Crafter Me just put out recently, which I am excited to use that too. I think it's really cool. And the rest of it was all her design. So this is pretty dang cool. I love the concept. Like, what a story to go with it. But I thought it would be easier to explain it in voice over for this part.